All right, let's end of the year is here. The end of the decade is here as well.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude, getting old. Well, apart from other things, we're getting old. Fighter of the decade has been discussed a lot. Sort of the 3 or 4 same names we're hearing now: Canelo, Pac-Man, Andre Ward's been put in there. Yeah. Floyd. I think even someone mentioned Vladimir. And I was like, but then I could see an argument, but yeah, not part of those lot. Who's your fighter of the decade?
I think it's got to be Mayweather.
Has it got to be?
Yeah, I think
so you can stop the decade halfway through, call it quits, and you can still be fighter of the decade.
The problem is, you've mentioned kind of Andre Ward. Andre Ward was inactive for a significant part of that decade. Pacquiao has been ironed out in that time by Juan Manuel Marquez. Also thought he lost the 3rd fight to Marquez. Mayweather's beaten him. Yes, a young green Canelo, but Canelo got the rub of the green in fights against Erislandy Lara, Austin Trout. I thought he beat Austin Trout. Don't think he beat Erislandy Lara.
Agreed. Maybe even Golovkin.
Oh yeah, of course. The Golovkin fights are kind of the biggest indicators of that. I think Pacquiao won 2000 to 2010, didn't he? Won a fighter of the decade there. I think Mayweather would have probably had something to say about that. I mean, he was active then. He was winning world titles in multiple weight classes, but obviously Pacquiao's body of work and, he fought.
Okay, that's a good statement. Yeah. Body of work. Is Canelo's body of work not better than Floyd's?
I mean, what's Mayweather's wins in the 2010? So you got like fucking Berto, 2 wins over Maidana, McGregor.
Yeah. Guerrero, Pac-Man, Canelo.
Pacquiao, Canelo.
That's solid.
It is solid.
2 massive fights.
Canelo was unbeaten. Yes, he was green, and yes, he was.
Weight drained him a little bit as well.
But it's still he boxed the fucking ears off him as well. It's not like it was. I know it was a majority decision.
That was the worst majority decision.
Such a crazy scorecard, but yeah, for me, I think.
Look at Canelo's body of work, though, dude. You're talking 2 GGGs, Danny Jacobs, Kovalev. I know it's a wash. Kovalev, Lara, Trout. I think Angulo was in there.
Angulo, Miguel Cotto, Amir Khan, Liam Smith, James Kirkland.
Dude, that body of work is frightening.
I get that, but again, like this.
Is it because he lost to Canelo? Okay, say he didn't fight Mayweather in there. So say that you take Canelo out of Mayweather, you take Mayweather out of Canelo. That makes any sense? Who then becomes?
I think still.
And he fought Mayweather.
Yeah, he did. I mean,
he fought Mayweather. I mean, look, he got lost, but he fought Mayweather.
I think. When you're talking about somebody like Canelo, Mayweather, Pacquiao, like you can dig deep into their records and kind of point little things out here and there, like
age of person,
when did Canelo didn't box a prime Golovkin. Like it doesn't mean that he wouldn't have done this, that, or the other with him, but it's quite clear that he didn't box him when people wanted him to box him. He's not the only one.
What prime fighter did Floyd fight?
In that period
prime
of
for
time,
prime, you would say. Maidana?
Yeah, Maidana would have been.
Even though he retired after.
Oh, yeah.
But that's because of different reasons.
Money as well. Yeah. I mean, but again, like, you can go through it. I mean, Manny Pacquiao, like, forced fucking Miguel Cotto to fight him at a catchweight. And then Miguel Cotto then went on to do that against Daniel Geale. So it's kind of happens with A-side fighters. And, if you're a money fighter, you can do that, and it doesn't make it right and stuff, which is what kind of give Pacquiao the edge over Mayweather in the last decade. Is he was just running through prime dudes and like fighting like
Ricky Hatton.
Obviously lost to Eric Morales in the first fight, but then he come back and stopped him twice. He beat the shit out of Marco Antonio Barrera, like just flying through the weights. De La Hoya, Hatton, Cotto. So they're prime guys, but again that kind of balances out where he's had some losses or some closer fights in that period of time. Somewhere between 2000 and 2010, I think he was. Would he have been then? No. I was going to say he was stopped. I think before that decade.
Who? Pacquiao.
No,
the Marquez one was definitely
flyweight. No, between 2000 and 2010.
Yes, he got stopped. Yeah.
But yeah, look, I don't know, man. I think.
All right, who has the best win
out of all of those guys?
All those guys. Because funny, that's why I think people bring the Andre Ward one into it, and I agree, it's way too inactive, not enough sort of big fights. Well, you can make an argument, but that win against Kovalev is probably better than all of their wins.
Yeah, but did he win the first fight?
No.
So there you go. So this is the thing, like, you can point and prod, like people talk about Vladimir Klitschko. I wouldn't have Vladimir there. Like some of his defenses and some of the people that he boxed, they're not, they're even mandatories. Have to work their way into it. And sometimes he did box the best available contender, but then
Pulev and Povetkin
but they're not murderers row of heavyweight fighters. Yeah. So you know, you talk about his best win. What's his best win? Like Povetkin,
Pulev, Hay. Decent wins.
But are they, you know, are you going to be talking about Povetkin and Pulev and Hay as a heavyweight certainly in the next 25, 30 years? No. Probably not, no.
Thurman, Pacquiao?
That's a great win.
Solid win.
That's a brilliant win.
That's a solid win.
But again, you scratch beneath the surface of that. You've got Thurman was out for 2 years with injuries. He got rocked by Josecito Lopez in the fight before.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's boxing, man. You can pick and prod and pull anybody's records apart. I think if Mayweather had the body of work that he had from 2005 to 2015, between 2010 and 2020, wouldn't be an argument. But he didn't, and it's just kind of unfortunate that he's in between the 2 decades when it comes to that. But
that's funny, actually. You said it right. If it was 2005, 2015, then
it's not an argument.
It's a wrap. Actually, Pacquiao good again, but you
got chins like Sparko. Like, so,
but those wins against Cotto and Hatton are just so vivid in my memory, and they're like just vicious wins.
Yeah, around that. I mean, Mayweather beat Hatton first.
Yeah.
Really outclassed. Prime Hatton. Well, prime Hatton.
No, it was a prime Hatton. I know Hatton was moving up in weight, but it was a prime.
Not quite prime, but I mean, unbeaten Hatton and certainly a hungry Hatton. But
so who are you giving it to then? You're giving it to Mayweather.
I'd go with Mayweather, but I'm open to kind of criticism on that, and I get that from everybody in a sense of like, his last couple of fights were Andre Berto. No disrespect to Andre Berto, he's like 2-time world champion, but he's not like an elite level fighter.
Yeah.
And then obviously Conor McGregor. So, but yeah, so I'm open to people say I'm not a massive fan of all of this fucking shit anyway. I don't really,
because you're like me. I think
we can. About it.
I think you can dissect someone's record, and I can dissect it and say he didn't fight him then though, and I can do it to everyone.
It's so subjective.
Yeah,
it's so subjective. But like, if somebody wants to tell me,
like, gun to the head, you'll say Floyd.
But
if someone says Canelo, I'll be like, alright,
fine. Yeah. Give it to him, but I think people get way too bent out of shape about things like that in general, like pound for pound lists as well. I think there could be any number of 4 or 5 pound for pound number ones. I wouldn't really argue with somebody if they had it. And like, you have other people go, how the fuck can you say he's pound for pound number 1? I've got him at 2, and you're like, Jesus Christ, you're splitting hairs with like a mythical bullshit thing, and nobody really knows what it is. So I don't know, man. What about you? Who do you have?
Floyd. After all that argument, Floyd, just because he beat Canelo and Pac-Man, and they're on the list with him. That's my thing. He beat those 2 guys, and they're on the list with him. So how can I give it to someone when he's probably thinking, wait, I beat them. I beat Pac-Man easily.
I think Roman Gonzalez has a shout for being in the conversation, like 5, 6 in the conversation. If you're going,
that's a very good point.
If you're going with Vladimir Klitschko in the conversation,
then you've got to have
why
him.
Not him?
You've got to have him. I agree.
But again, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily make the case for him being number 1. I know there are certain people who would, but a lot of his body of work and his best wins were done before flyweights or minimum weights, or like flyweights and flyweights were topping bills on HBO. So a lot of people didn't really see them.
That's a good point.
But yeah, I mean,
he was a scary,
great fighter.
Yeah.